Hello, people. My name is Shamika. I'm a super empath slash chosen one, coming to you with a video entitled Don't Give Up. As we're living in these wicked end times, I feel like the enemy is trying to make everybody give up more and more every day by different tactics. My thing I go through is narcissistic abuse, whether that be in corporations or in relationships. What is this on my shirt? Okay. So yeah, I go through a lot of narcissistic abuse and bullying. I'm not a victim, but the enemy wants me to feel like a victim through this. But whatever. I am over it. It's just sickening because some of the stuff I definitely shouldn't have put up with. As a super empath or empathetic person, it's something I wish I wasn't because oftentimes I dream of people's judgment, and I guess I become involved like the narcissist with them, and I became involved with him in a relationship where I felt like bad for his judgment. So even though they're not a good person at all, I would try to show my super nice empathetic side, hoping I can, I guess, win them over, which is kind of controlling, actually, because I knew if God already has the judgment set for that person, that there's nothing I can change, but I feel like I am supposed to play my part and be kind to a certain degree, but not a fool. So the latest person I was talking to, he was a narcissist. We was talking off and on. That's what he does. He talks off and on. He, acts nice, then nasty. Like, for an example, they lost their mother recently, which I know all too well because I lost my mother in 2021. And I was trying to be there for them, but they wanted to play a game, which I thought was odd because at this time, this person was losing their mom. They could have really been going through sadness. I don't know, but they was playing a game with me where they wanted to hang up the phone for no reason so I can be like, what I do, the same stupid stuff I used to do and was doing. Like what I do, I'm saying wrong, and just playing emotional abuse games because that's all I've experienced actually as a 42-year-old woman with dealing with the opposite sex. The enemy has assigned that to my life, abusive games and targeting at whether it be at jobs or relationships. So I'm just looking like, okay, this person hung up and acted like they had a problem just because you said you was going to call me and you didn't. Or they like recently they did the same thing after I gave them a card and $20 I couldn't really afford, which is stupid. But it was not stupid to me because I'm a giver and I like to give. But this person has done nothing for me when my car broke down. Control bars fell off my car and I thought I was gonna die. They like, well, we all grown. You can take care of your responsibilities. When they wanted to use my car a few times, and we're not gonna say why, but it's just very much selfishness because if I go through anything, it's I don't hear from them. Like they hoping I just give up on life. But when they go through something, I try to be there and they play a game and they ignore me. So I'm like, okay, he lost his mom. Maybe he was upset, but I ain't do nothing wrong. So I'm like, what I do? And so the person's like trying to reel me back in, acting like I'm annoying them, calling them, but then they'll call me at their convenience. So they call me at their convenience, never answer when I call, same dumb stuff that nobody should put up with. And then I give them the card and the money and they acting very grateful. And then it goes to the next day, with them saying, call me when you get home, which they say that, and then I call them and they don't answer a lot of times. So I knew that game. I shouldn't have gotten mad because I knew the game. So I didn't really get mad. I just said, I thought you said you was going to call me. And that was 2 times he did. He said, I'll call you the next morning, didn't. Then said, dumb, just to call me dumb. It's all just to call me dumb, which I feel is an assignment on my life because I'm not dumb. I'll be tired and I'm under oppression and I sometimes don't think clearly, but I'm definitely not a dumb person by any means. So that is just one of the assignments the enemy has to make me doubt myself as a believer. So I grew up being called retarded, ugly, dark skinned by my mom, ugly, whatever. So, and I'm not trying to sound like a victim because I had a very smart mouth back, which I don't condone because the Bible says respect your parents, but I'm not gonna let my mom call me retarded, ugly, and all the names without you can't think I'm gonna be a good child being talked to a certain way. So you can't think I'm gonna be respectful if you're not respecting me. But anyway, I'm not trying to make an excuse, but So I grew up with the enemy trying to make me feel a certain type of way in my household as an outcast, ugly, retarded, dark skinned, making fun of my hair problems, whatever. Um, Today, I feel like as a grown person, I'm oftentimes overlooked and people do that on purpose, ignore me. Like if I make any post, I'm ignored on Facebook. If I just, say hi to people, sometimes I'm just ignored. It's just one of the tactics. Like even in a relationship I had in my 20s, I had the person just push me out the way when I go to see them. It's just like he wants to make me feel like I don't exist. That's just the targeting. And the enemy is trying to step that up. In these last days, he's trying to he's doing the same thing over and over because his stuff is redundant. But he's trying to do the same type of targeting where I feel low or overlooked and about myself. So I can't have any confidence because I know one of my callings is ministry. That God's told me. So I can't help other people if I'm always feeling overlooked or nobody's listening to me. Which, granted, I'm still going through my struggles, but I know one day I'll overcome. I've overcome a lot of things. I feel like for all the stuff I've been through, me still being a somewhat decent person, it's amazing because the enemy has tried to break me and back to back to back to back to back with no breaks, really. Especially this last year, like the attacks of the jobs and the attacks in relationships. I've been sent 8 criminal men in a row. Never give half of them a chance. The amount of jobs in a year the enemy is trying to make me lose. It's ridiculous. In 20 years, it's insane because I'm 40-something years old. In 20 years, we're not going to talk about how I had like 7 pages of job harassment written down. But the thing is, it's a program out here. It's already a wicked program, and it's good versus evil. And the devil and the enemy is stepping up his assignment. I don't know if you get flagged for saying the devil. I don't really care, but the devil's stepping up his assignment in these last days. Like I tried to start a second job. They only gave me 4 hours a week. What is that? And you could just feel the wickedness. It's nothing nobody was saying, but the stuff I was reading about certain type of things that go against my beliefs, but I accept everybody, was just like, okay, oh, they want me to accept this. That's fine, but they don't accept me. As a believer, you could just feel the hatred there. And it's designed to make you look paranoid so they can say, you're paranoid, because they want you to be. It's all a game, and it's a wicked game, and I can't wait for it to end. I don't know what the world's coming to or when it's going to end. I'm ready for God's new earth, new heaven to come, because what is this? This is a system where nobody can make it. Everybody keeps becoming homeless every day. I myself am struggling to a crazy amount, but I'll never ask for help because it's not that I have pride. I'm a giver and I never ask for help because I'm the person who usually used to give, but now I can't give. And now, I don't try to make fun. I think about it more and more. I don't try to make fun of anybody's situation, even if they made a lot of money or whatever, because it could change in an instant and you never know what you could be going through. So, you could be doing good today, bad tomorrow. You got to hope that God carries you. Because I don't even know how I didn't become in the streets myself after the job loss this year. And just the extreme abusive relationship I should have got out of when I first met the person. Emotional abuse. Sorry, there's some stuff on my nose because my nose is dry. But extremely emotional, abusive relationship that drained my energy to where I couldn't even think straight at times. And try to overcome sadness and depression, but which I can fight that naturally by being my God-given loving self and funny self, which I'm better at doing, because now the person's just full on exposing that they want me to feel like a victim by the targeting they're doing after I gave them the card for their mom passing and the $20. It was, I appreciate you in this moment, to trying to set up a game to ignore me, to try to call me dumb, to try to hang up on me again, like they just did recently when their mom passed. And they want to keep me in the same demonic ritual. Meanwhile, this person is not really getting ahead themselves. They're suffering. They are worried about their job and seeing their son, but they still trying to be devilish with me. It's just sick. People are just sick. And they won't give their life to God. They just rather be full on devilish to try to make you give up your faith rather than giving their life to God. So I'm kind of ranting here. So Hope you enjoyed this video, though. Never give up, because God will make a way. He's made a way for me so far, and I'm holding on to my faith that he will make a way no matter what it looks like, despite my bills, having to pay them, all of them coming at once, and stuff I couldn't pay, and just hoping and praying and having faith he will make a way for me to be on top. And we will be on top in Jesus' name, amen. Have a blessed one.